Red 2 standing by, all 4 lit, and in the green, welcome back to Pokemon Emerald version, where we are exploring the abandoned ship's depths, and we will be looking for certain items that will help us wind up locating the scanner. We do have to find a few hidden items along the way. Okay, so it's somewhere near here. Room 1 key. Okay, good. We did find it. I think they add sparkles sometimes. Oh, Waterstone. I'm not going to complain about that. Can we access any other rooms? So we don't need to worry about the repel yet, but yeah, last time... Oh, we can we can actually get a few other items in there. Alrighty, so yeah, last time we had an interesting adventure where we went diving a lot, we took on the Trickmaster's latest challenge and opened some rotating doors, and then I got in trouble because I decided to give an entire town an Oedipus complex and the game threw a snit. Room 4 key. There was something else up here. It's bright and shiny, but it's just trash. Oh well. Let's keep opening the wrong door. I am not, unfortunately, a master of unlocking. It's a Pokemon game, there's got to be an item in the trash eventually. So you'll see several sparkles, but the item finder helps you out. So nothing in here. One luxury ball. Not too bad. And then... down here... Okay, up. Oh, there's the room 2 key. Fairly fortunate, so let's head out of here and then we can get the scanner, which we need to take to Captain Stern, and that will give us a choice of the Deep Sea Tooth or Deep Sea Scale, neither of which I can use. So that was how you evolved Clamperl, trading it with one of those 2 items. Tooth for Huntail, Scale for Gorbis. Huntail is more physical focused and learns a lot of dark moves. Gorbis is special focused and learns a lot of psychic moves. So Gorbis has an easier time in this game because it's a special attacker, but both of them get better options as time goes on. They're still a bit on the slow side though. So there we are, we've now done pretty much everything we can at the abandoned ship once we go outside and accidentally crash into a small child. So this little quest is done. Oh, that's a scanner. Listen, can I get you to deliver... Oh wait, you're not Captain Stern? That's right, okay. Back to Slateport we go. Alright, so it still considers this a regular explorable area, like a mini dungeon or whatever. But we can move through here pretty easily. There we go. So, Slateport and then back to Moss Deep, where we will be searching the ocean again. Is Captain Stern still up at the harbour, or did he go back to the shipyards? Oh! Oh, Scarlet! that item you have. That's a scanner. That would sure help us on our explorations. Scarlet, would you trade your scanner for something? Like, say, a deep sea tooth or a deep sea scale that I have? I've got a bit of... Ah! I just noticed that the sound effects on my audio program wound up looking like wishy-washy school form. Oh, too many items. Pain in the butt, pain in the butt. Sell that. Sell that. Don't need the focus band. Don't need that. I can deposit those. I can sell this. Nice. Don't need that. I will go put some things in. Well, now I can go put some things in the PC. I walked into the wrong thing. That's the problem. You start doing or writing what you're saying. So, here we go. We can now make our trade. I prefer Huntail a little bit more because of a really, really epic fishing battle I had with a Huntail in White 2. It took a long time to reel it in. Lots of Pokeballs. It was just fighting and fighting, and we had an epic battle, and then I finally managed to reel it in. And as a result, I've had a fondness for Huntail as something of a worthy adversary. So I will never be able to use that on an emulator, and I would probably have to fork up an arm and a leg if I wanted to play actual Emerald. Please re-release them. Nintendo and the Pokemon Company, please release them. Please re-release these games. I'll store the Max Elixir, I think. And probably the Elixir. Macho Brace I'll keep. And then we're good to go, and now we can put Kiwi back in the party. And then we can explore Route 126, just as the rest of the episode. I will find Whale Lord, and I will find Relicanth, and when all this is said and done, and we've wound up saving the world, because we eventually do that, because apparently 10-year-old kids are really good at saving the world, or however old we are, then I will go Reggie hunting. I will probably do a sped-up episode that deals with Route 132 through 134 because more sea routes. Sometimes you just get sea routes. And this is the absolute worst for it. Just sort of out in the ocean, slowly going mad. Or at least crazier than I already am. Which is always a very big risk. Alright, just an item. Blue shard, fair enough. Please be Relicanth. That is a Clam Pearl, which has like a 60% chance of appearing, or about 65, so you are going to find Clam Pearl most of the time. You're going to go mad. And that's the thing, it's not even... They can have pearls as a held item, or maybe big pearls. You sadly can't get pearls to grow into big pearls like you could with the Shuckle turning berries into berry juice. Now, I don't know where I managed to end up hearing that you could wind up having the berry juice eventually turn into rare candies, but that was wrong. It's just something I completely misheard. It's like, I can't find any source about this. I think I'm absolutely wrong. What a surprise, I was absolutely wrong. should have an opponent near here. Oh, yeah. There we are. So, hopefully they've got reasonably leveled Pokemon. We might need to put a bit of extra mileage into the team. I am disappointed. I am very disappointed in you. You get Shoryukened. And yeah, that was very disappointing. Yeah, fair enough. Don't get stung by jellyfish or anything like that. It is a fantastic story to bring up that the idiot who... Well, I call him an idiot. He was, I think, a marine scientist who wound up discovering the Irukandji and cataloguing the terrible stinging effects it could have. This guy was the quote-unquote genius who not only subjected his son to the jellyfish's terrible stings, but himself. And they're not necessarily fatal, but oh boy do they hurt like they could be, according to all the research. Irukandji stings, very, 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 very painful. And you sort of have to wonder, who tests this stuff on themselves? I mean, only in Australia, honestly. Such a strange place. Alright, so we can cruise around under here and see what else we can find. We will wind up finding... Oh, I know what I should do. While I'm here... is we jump up... and we head into Sootopolis City. We register ourselves at the Pokemon Center so that we can fly here very quickly when we go to do the Sky Pillar. I will show you around Sootopolis later, when it's time to come here proper, but I just thought it might be a good idea to do this now. So, all the architecture and everything, it's based on Santorini in Greece. It's just, how on earth did they get everything inside the volcano? They must have had some seriously good equipment movement. So we can still move around and look for items under here. It's mostly shards, pearls, and heart scales under here. And the various wild Pokemon. Well, to Chinchou, that's something different. But it's not what I'm looking for. Which is a bit sad. So there's just this big loop. I think we've found everything in the loop near... Oh, there's something up here, I think. We've found almost everything in the loop near Sootopolis. Okay, Stardust, fine, that because I think that's sand. Stardust is just very fancy sand. And yeah, I am going to get to Relicanth eventually. I mean, it was a heck of a puzzle to get to the Reggies. But it was really, really cool. Mastering that, finding them, and everything to do with that, that was just so well done. Really something special back in the day, and I still think the original Reggie puzzle and blah blah blah, all of that is still one of the best things they've done in Pokemon, one of the best ways to work with legendary Pokemon. It's such a great adventure that keeps you wondering. You have to really get out there and search. So yes, I always do find it a little bit disappointing that they had things almost too easy with a lot of later generation stuff. That it's just sort of, you get the legendary Pokemon just as part of the plot. there's not as much mystery connected with them. It's something I greatly lament, because all these legendary Pokemon that you had to work to find, you had to do something really special, and then you wound up getting the rewards from that. It was so good. So I think if we find rocks, we might be able to get some items, but we are traveling along deep sea chasms. Fairly extensive areas too. If we surface up here, we might be able to get to another area, but that's basically what everything on Route 127 is. It's interesting to note that in the remakes, they will actually tell you what route you caught the Pokemon on rather than just saying underwater, which is pretty cool. HP up. And there. I don't know why I just sort of have that weird lack of fondness for Captain Toad. It's like, I suppose it's probably the experience requirement more than anything else that winds up hurting Breloom, because it's certainly not a bad Pokemon and I've liked using it, but it's just going to be a pain in the butt to level up. Which is sort of what I'm thinking of, but the problem is then Heracross is in the slow experience group, so Heracross is at least consistent, and it's not going to have a whole lot of really ridiculous level requirements. It's sort of like you know what you're getting into from the start, whereas it's like, why does this suddenly need like 100,000 experience to get to the next level or something? It's, yeah. Just wanted to make sure. So yeah, I'll persist with Captain Toad. It's, again, it's sort of that, call it a sort of, I don't know, it's just, I'm often never happy with things. I can be extremely pernickety about just about anything, and it's like, people do tell me that I shouldn't try and be perfect, and it's like, yes, I understand that. But what you're not understanding from me is that I just like to be good at things. And I'm not good at things. Like, I always want to think I can do better with this. There's more I can do. There's more I can do to improve. But sometimes the ways to improve in, like, literally everything I do, they're all just either out of reach. Alright, so we've maxed out the speed. So that can go to Captain Toad. It just feels like it's all out of reach. Or I'm just never going to be able to. It's like I can do it, but I need a hell of a lot of money for it. So anything back here. Or it's outright beyond me. And it just sort of really frustrates me, you know, because I keep trying. I will always keep trying at things. But it just feels like being genuinely and consistently good at things is out of my reach on a lot of them. And I mean, I beat myself up a lot, I know that, and it probably doesn't help if other people get frustrated with me, because that just makes everything I observe worse. It's just like, it validates everything I've been saying and makes me even more frustrated, because I know it's obvious to everyone that I'm really just not good at things. So that's why I'm probably always a little worried about... Hello, Andres, what do you want? Yes, I am still catching Pokemon. It's not that deep, it's... You're as... Oh. I can promise you that there's a lot that just doesn't... I think this is the main trench. There's a lot that just doesn't click for me. It's like... I've tried a lot of solutions. Like... Medications just ruin my sleep and make me feel nauseous. A lot of things just sort of haven't worked. Maybe I really do need someone as like... as a partner and a co-pilot along the way. We'll have to see, I guess. It's a hell of a lot that needs to be done. Another heart scale, that's all good. Once you get the finite supply depleted, you just have to spend your days beating the crap out of Love Disc and trying to steal them with Thief, because Love Disc can hold heart scales. Where does this lead? Nowhere. Okay. It always looks like there's a weird grid pattern at the bottom of the ocean. Something strange I've noticed. So this is the seafloor cavern where we have to go for the next part of the plot. But if you know me, you know that I'm not going to worry about the plot. We can just sort of fool around and find things. I think we've exhausted everything we can do with diving at the moment. I'll continue to have a look around, see if there is anything else I can spot. I don't think there's diving to be done on Route 129. I mean, this is where I want to be. But I would need to do a lot of surfing. I would need to wind up trying to find Whale Lord, which I will do eventually. But I think we've actually cleared all the diving stuff we can do out of the way at the moment. So that really leaves me with just a bit of time for leveling up the team, and then heading off to the seafloor cavern, where I can wind up battling Team Aqua. Time stands still and everything like that. It will be fine. So I'll probably leave it here, unless I wind up getting my team back together at Pacific Log, which mightn't be a bad idea. Actually, no, I can't. Damn it. Because I still need to dive. So no more diving spots, unfortunately, but we've done pretty much everything we need to, and I'll move back to Route 129. I think I'll call it there, make things a little bit shorter, and we can wind up hunting Whale Lord and sustainably catching a 1% chance Pokemon. Thank you very much for joining me. Next time we'll be at the entrance to the seafloor cavern.